Welcome. Welcome to Choose Your Coworker, the game where you get to decide who you want to work with. We're going to show you 4 coworkers: Carlos, Christiana, Anna, and Jesse. You have to decide who you want to work with the most and who you want to work with the least. It's that simple. So let's take a look at our first coworker, Carlos. Carlos, how would you describe yourself in the workplace?
Driven, assertive, goal-oriented. I push myself. I like to get things done, and I usually have an opinion on how things should be done.
Sounds like you're pretty focused. So what kind of things get on your nerves?
I hate it when people waste time, when they over-discuss things or over-analyze things.
Okay. So what kind of issues might other people have with you?
Well, I've been told that I'm a little blunt, but I'm not really out to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm just telling it like I see it.
I'll bet that can cause some conflict. How do you deal with that?
But you know, sometimes conflict can fuel me, and I'll pursue it because I'll feel like I'm in the right and I need to prove my point.
We'll keep that in mind. Thanks, Carlos. Now here's our next coworker, Christiana. Hi, Christiana.
Hi, Greta.
Now, what are you like as a coworker?
Boy, that's a good question. Let me see. Patient, friendly, helpful.
Okay, and what else?
I'm someone people can get along with, easygoing, work well on a team.
So you're easygoing. But is there anything about other people that bothers you? Any pet peeves?
Bullheadedness, a lack of concern for others' input.
That's great. So now let's flip the question around. What do you do that bothers your coworkers?
I have heard people say that I can be a little wishy-washy, and that's true. I can be kind of indecisive. It's just nice to hear other opinions before you make a big decision. You know, to make sure that nobody's going to be upset about it.
So what do you do when people do get upset? How do you handle conflict?
Conflict. I don't really like conflict. It's not one of my strongest suits. I diffuse the situation. I never really go head on with anyone. I just try to do my best to smooth the waters.
Well, thanks, Christiana. Now, let's take a look at our next coworker, Anna. Hey, Anna.
Hey, Greta, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. So, how would you describe yourself in the workplace?
I'm energetic and high-spirited, and I really like talking to people and getting to know more about them. I really like bringing people together, like as a team.
So it sounds like you're a people person. Is there anyone you have trouble working with?
People that just let things fester, like if they have a problem but they won't talk to you about it. And so instead, they bring the whole office down into this deep hole of depression, and you don't know how to deal with it because they won't talk to you about it.
And what might be hard for other people about working with you?
Well, I think that because I can get pretty excited, people might think that I don't take things as seriously as I should. And maybe I can get a little too social at times. Like, I'll get started talking in a meeting or something, and before you know it, the meeting's over.
Oh, sure. Okay, Anna, now tell me how you handle conflict. What do you do when things get tense?
Well, I try to make light of the situation first and hope that helps. Because if I have to get involved, then I'm gonna get emotional, and sometimes I take things just a little bit too personally, and I say things I wish I hadn't said.
Okay. Well, thanks, Anna.
Sure.
And then we've got one more coworker, Jesse. Hi, Jesse.
Hi.
So, how would you describe yourself in the workplace?
As reliable, that if there's a deadline, I'll meet it, that if there's a budget, I'll come in under it or at it, that I'm just very reliable.
Now, Jesse, I've also heard that you're pretty private.
I prefer working alone. It allows me to focus and get more done.
Okay, but when you do work with other people, what bothers you?
I don't like people that go off of schedules or are late. I don't like people that don't have their thoughts organized before they meet with me. things like that.
Now, along those lines, what about conflict? How do you deal with that?
I separate myself from the situation. I'm not comfortable with all that emotion. Once I have some distance and I can look at it rationally, separate the facts from the feelings, then I can come up with some solutions. I just need more information.
But
sometimes I just totally withdraw and refuse to talk about it.
well, thanks, Jesse. Well, there you have it. Those are your 4 coworkers. Now it's up to you to choose. Who do you want to work with the most, and who do you want to work with the least? Carlos, Christiana, Anna, or Jesse? Take a moment. Make your decision.